This is Sadaqah Jariyah
Inshallah.
for myself. I pray that I leave this world and leave that behind, that it continues on after my passing.
So probably that's why you have probably your spirit in spreading through your campus. How many campus that already you established in the whole world?
Well, I don't know right now, what is the number of learning centers and exam centers, etc., that we have. I don't carry that number around in my head. But, we have quite a few. We have students in virtually 190 plus countries.
190 plus countries?
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
Almost all the countries in the
So
world.
what's the name of the campus?
The International Open University.
International Open University, MashaAllah. So how do we access this if we are interested in joining the campus?
If you Google International Open University, you'll find it.
So we should go to some strict office or campus? Or
Well, when you Google, it will take you to a website. And the website is there because it's an online.
So it's
campus.
online, so being easily access everyone.
Yes.
Masya Allah. Jadi teman-teman kalau mau ikutan kampus beliau namanya EOC, International Open
University.
EOU, International Open University. Jadi ini bukan kampus yang kemudian kita mesti datang ke satu daerah tertentu atau kampus tertentu, tapi teman-teman bisa ikutan dengan cara apa? Dengan cara daftar secara online, gitu. Dan murid beliau udah ratusan ribu siswa dari seluruh dunia nih, Masya Allah, luar biasa. Is there any limitation about age or probably?
No limitations. We have a free campus where we have a number of courses available that have no cost. And they don't lead to a degree, but we give you a certificate that you have completed the courses. That has no limitations. It's open for everybody and anybody. Then we also have a degree campus where we have courses which lead to a bachelor's, master's, PhD. The main course that we have is Islamic Studies, Sharia, and we also have Arabic. But along with that, we also have degrees in education, in banking and finance, Islamic banking and finance, in Islamic psychology, in business administration, and also in IT.
MashaAllah. So, but is in English, right?
Yes, in English medium, but our Islamic studies, the bachelor's, that is in Bahasa.
Bahasa, mudah teman-teman ya. Jadi ternyata bukan ngobrolin atau juga mungkin pelajarannya bukan hanya mengenai fikih apa segala macam, tapi sampai ke IT, ya. Sampai financial Islam, kemudian sampai urusan-urusan yang ekonomi segala macam, sampai ke IT ada juga. Jadi kayaknya mudah-mudahan teman-teman bisa sambil Google ya. EIOU ya, mungkin bahasa Indonesia IOU ya teman-teman semuanya. So there's a interesting fact about you that you've been doing so many kinds of da'wah in your life. So what is the biggest challenge that you have?
The biggest challenge has been establishing the university globally.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, because I'd say that's the biggest challenge. Establishing it from a perspective of accreditation, to have it fully accredited, and its courses are considered equivalent, it's given equivalency in Indonesia by the Ministry of Higher Education. The process of getting that done, still in the process of adding more courses dealing with student needs. I mean, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
It's a big challenge, you know, with 10,000 students
And it's still going on.
and expanding. Alhamdulillah, actually, Indonesia is the new frontier.
Oh, inshallah.
We've got, you know, each semester we're adding almost 1,000 students each semester. You know, alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. In what age probably you think is going to be the finish line for doing this kind of stuff, and you have the resting time, this, see the Islam growth?
There's no finish.
There's no finish.
There's no finish. I mean, Harvard was started when? In the 1800s.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it finished?
Not yet.
Is it close to being finished?
No. Oh.
So this is sadaqah jariyah for
Inshallah.
myself. I pray that I leave this world and leave that behind, that it continues on after my passing.
Well, inshallah, mashallah. Do you have any successor after you, probably? You've already...
Yeah, of course. Of course, we have, you know, looked at different people, you know, from my family and from outside of my family to head, at least on a ceremonial basis. But the leading professors, chancellors, vice chancellors, etc., they're from a variety of different backgrounds,
MashaAllah.
different parts of the world, etc.
Masya Allah, teman-teman semua yang tertarik, saya akan berikan di caption kita teman-teman ya, atau juga informasi di bawah ini mengenai kemana kalau teman-teman tertarik untuk ikutan di IOU ini. Ini menarik sekali ya. Last but not least, after you see Indonesia, is there any nasihat?
Nasiha. What comes to mind immediately is a habit,
Yeah.
which is followed here.
Follow up.
Practiced here, a common habit. And I've found it in a number of parts of the world, and I've tried to correct it. And it's something that is not that difficult to correct if you have the will to correct it. Okay? But you have to have the will. And that habit is the habit of drinking with the left hand. Yeah. Drinking with the left hand.
How do you know that? I mean, you really observe people.
Yes,
There are many reasons to do that.
It's very common practice, you know. So what happens, you know, is that people commonly they will take the vessel, the glass, whatever, with the left hand, and they will put their right hand underneath and drink. Right? Or, you know, they may, some people even just point a finger and drink.
As long as there is some part
the
of the right hand
touching it.
Yeah.
But the reality is that if you remove your right hand, where does it remain? In your left hand. If you're like this or like this, you take your hand away, what's happening? Right? You take your left hand away, it's going to fall down, meaning that you're not holding it with the right. And the Prophet ﷺ said, do not eat or drink with the left, because Satan eats and drinks with the left. Okay? So this is a part of Islamic culture. This is proper Islamic culture, which has been modified, changed, distorted by Satan. So much so that now the majority of Muslims, or at least many Muslims, eat and drink with the left.
Because it's, I mean, in Indonesia, they eat with the...
Right, So they're saying, but the bottom line is, yes, okay, you just drank with the left. What's going to happen to this vessel when you finish it? This case, it will be thrown away. If it's a glass, it's going to be washed. So what's the big deal about holding it with your left? Sorry, I mean with your right. Holding it with your left, when it's going to be clean, you've just used that as an excuse to disobey the Prophet.
Ya, I see that. Ya, teman-teman ya. Biasanya kalau pakai tangan, yang makan pakai tangan, nggak pakai sendok, itu minumnya karena takut gelasnya kotor. Dia begini, karena takut gelasnya kotor. Menurut beliau bahwa ini gelas bakal dicuci juga. Kalau nggak dipakai juga bakal dibuang. Jadi ngapain? Minum aja, gitu kan?
It's just shaitan. It's shaitan beautifying the haram. That's exactly what he did to Adam. You know, Allah created him in a garden full of trees and told him you can eat from any of these trees except this one. And so what does shaitan get him to do? Eat just from that one. Exactly what Allah told him not to do, he was told to do it. Shaitan tricked him.
I have one more information that I left. You make the 30,000 American soldier embrace Islam.
No, not 30,000.
How much was it?
I was involved in a team that converted 3,000. See? 3,000. Yeah, as the story goes from person to person, people add, you know, as it goes along till it ended up as 30,000. But no, it's 3,000.
It's 3,000?
3,000.
But you were in the group?
Yeah, I led the group.
When was that?
1991.
1991.
Desert Storm. Desert Storm.
So how come? I mean, how is the sentence? What is the sentence that make them?
It wasn't one sentence. It wasn't one sentence. We provided all the information that we could for them. We answered all the questions that they wanted to ask. We took them into the masjids. You know, we took the female soldiers into the homes of Saudis who had studied in America and their wives had studied there and let them meet, you know, women, Saudi women. Because they were told that the women are oppressed. You know, so let them see these women that are supposed to be oppressed, you know, in Islam. And we took them in the masjid, let them see what prayer is in Islam. And really, many of them would come and say to me afterwards, hey, you know, what we're doing back home in America is not prayer. What you guys are doing is real prayer. Because there we're playing guitars and singing and dancing and jumping up and down, you know. This is not prayer. You know? So it was enough to convince, you know, many of them. To see proper prayer, people praying, you know, peacefully, quietly, you know.
Ya teman-teman sekalian yang ada di sini mau tanya juga monggo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
I just wanted how to make the worship of Allah.
Actually, the Sahaba, you know, they had this question also. One of them, when he reflected on himself, he felt that this up and down made him a munafiq. You know, who pretended to be Islam on the outside, Muslim, but on the inside they were not Muslim. So he started to walk down the street saying his name is not a believer, true believer. Is a munafiq. He kept repeating that. Until Abu Bakr, he ran into Abu Bakr, and Abu Bakr said, stop, why are you saying that? He said, because when I'm around the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, I feel like an angel, doing the right thing, remembering Jannah and all these things.
When he's around.
When I go back home with my wife and children and so, then it's gone. And I'm caught up in the dunya, you know. So my faith goes down. Then I go back to sit with the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, my faith goes up, you know. So Abu Bakr said, same thing happens to me. So he joined him and said, Abu Bakr walking down the streets of Medina say Abu Bakr is a munafiq, you know, a hypocrite. Abu Bakr is a hypocrite. So eventually, some of the Sahaba took them to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that is the norm of human beings. You know, if it is that your iman remained high all the time, the angels would give salams to you in your beds. So there's time for this and there's time for that. You know, that's just how our lives are. There's ups and the downs. So the idea is that when you're up, you do the things that will keep you up as long as you can. When you're down, you try to do the things which will make you come up. It is natural and normal that our faith doesn't keep going on the same level. That's abnormal.
Ya, jadi teman-teman semua, ini menarik ya, bahwa iman naik turun itu ada sesuatu yang normal, teman-teman ya. Jadi kadang-kadang kita ngerasa udah kita jauh dari Allah nggak mau terima lagi, jangan pikir seperti itu karena memang normal. Sahabat aja mikir kayak gitu. Apalagi kita yang nggak hidup bersama Nabi gitu ya. Tapi nasihat beliau, tetap aja kita lakuin amal soleh terbaik walaupun dalam keadaan semangat lagi turun. Ini hal yang normal. Insyaallah luar biasa. Thank you very much for your time, Doctor. Insyaallah Indonesian after they know that the IOU information, they will search up and Google up and then becoming one of your students, because I heard your perspective is quite interesting. It's probably, yeah, this is the Hasanah probably. There is the bank of information, of knowledge about Islam that probably we should dig up every day, every time. Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah, you know, since I've been here, almost every place that I go to, somebody says, I'm a student from IOU.
Mashallah.
Yeah. So mashallah, it's quite widely spread, you know, at least in the cities that I've been to.
Inshallah. We're going to become one of them then.
Inshallah. Welcome on board.
Mashallah. Bismillah. Teman-teman sekalian, itulah di perbincangan kita dengan Dr. Bilal. Insya Allah mudah-mudahan bermanfaat. Mudah-mudahan juga teman-teman semuanya jika merasa ingin menggali lebih banyak lagi, tinggal follow Instagram beliau atau YouTube beliau atau juga mungkin join kampusnya IOU ya teman-teman semuanya. Sampai ketemu lagi di sesi berikutnya. Thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Next time, the next episode video. Insya Allah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.